Well, Manchester United 2, Brighton 1. And I don't know what to say other than feeling a little bit deflated today. We're going to do the player ratings, people. This is the player ratings Highland show, and I am joined by no other than Phil Standish. It's been a hot minute, Phil. How you doing? How you feeling? Do you feel that this was a fair result, or do you reckon that Amex Stadium, we looked like we're going to win this game 2-1. Never did we look like threatened in the first half. Second half, subbed off Bruno, and they had a lucky goal, I must say, as well. Not really lucky, but again, sleeping on the back, and the header came in. I mean, we had an offside ruled off because of a knee from Xerxes. It could have gone either way in second half, but we're here to talk about it, cool and composed. I'm not angry. I'm just feeling there was a little bit of a funeral atmosphere at the Amex. It was very quiet. It felt like it was still a preseason game. Phil, talk to me. How did you see this game, and how is your mood right now after this game? Is it doom and gloom, or is it just, hey, second game, we could have gone with 1 point?
Second game, but I think with all the hype around since Ineos have come in, all the players that we've signed, all the positivity, all the excitement, I was surprised not to see Garnacho start. I know obviously Ahmad's done well in pre-season, but obviously with the off-the-pitch situation, he clearly posted online last night with his in-law, his mother-in-law. You sometimes think, well, perhaps he's not going to be fully focused, and that's no disrespect to him. He's human. It's not about his ability or anything. It's just about, and obviously we saw the difference that Garnacho made when he came on last week, and you just think, maybe it was an opportunity just to start Garnacho, give Ahmad a minute, see if he could come off and make the difference if that was the way that was required. We just looked in the first half like we were fully in control of the game, but not really doing anything with it. So I didn't. It looked like one of those where unless something changes, it's going to be a 0-0. And then obviously they got their goal, and then after that, it was just like, I mean, their goal came from nothing. Let's be honest. They definitely didn't deserve to go ahead. But fair play to them. They came with a game plan and executed it. I won't say perfectly, but they executed it. I was surprised. I mean, I've seen a few comments already about McTominay being brought on. I actually thought he played well since he came on, and it may another reason just to keep him. He can be an impact player from the bench, sort of thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated because I felt like we didn't create enough chances. I feel sorry for Xerxes. He came on, he tried to make the difference, and it was not his fault. He's sliding in. He's a big lad. Trying to get your leg out the way of that is close to impossible, but he was sliding in because he was trying to slide in for the first cross.
It was a poor pass from Bruno.
It was what? Sorry, it was a poor pass.
Yeah, from Bruno. The passing should have hit Xerxes on the first place, but it went past him. It was too far.
Was he not going to Garnacho, Will? Was he not passing it to Garnacho? Because you can't assume Xerxes going to win where Garnacho
did. If you see the angle, you see him trying for Xerxes. But yeah, for me, I think he misplaced the pass.
Right.
And Xerxes already started to slide, and he couldn't stop.
Okay.
So it's not Xerxes' fault.
I can't. If I'm honest, I can't comment too much because I was watching it in about a minute and a half of that moment. My screen went completely blank. I lost reception and it was all pixelated. I was trying to work out. I could hear the commentary but couldn't see the screen. So the next thing it was a goal and then it was ruled off. So frustrated. I got it. It's not the right result today, but
it wasn't. I mean, I don't feel it was the right result. And the first half, it was like a funeral. Like, it was very dead quiet. The rain was pouring down. Nobody was really up for it. But I still think we were in control. Like, we controlled the way we played at the back. We defended great and everything. And they only had one opportunity, and it has to be Welbeck, one of ours, ours, by the way.
Yeah.
But I think that I would pin that one on Harry Maguire because he let that slide. He was sleeping. And the second ball, when the ball came in, he was also sleeping. But I'm not here to sort of slag on anyone because you guys can judge it on the player ratings. But I think, like, at the end of the day, when same as Fulham, right? Started with the false number 9. I really liked the way Mount was pressing together with Bruno and everything, but there was no creativity. There was no end product at the beginning. So typically what we've seen, we fixed the defense and the midfield. but we are lacking the firepower up front at the moment. But I know that we have injured players. I know that we are expecting Højlund to come back, but Rashford again looks fit, sharp, tracking back and stuff like that. But second half, according to my opinion, we could have gone 2-1 up. Twice at least. Referee was giving dubious offside. Was that offside, Jarvis? The knee? I mean, he was sliding and he had to stand up.
Yeah,
and
without a doubt, 100%.
Without a shadow of doubt,
It's just one of those things. It's very unfortunate for Xerxes and Garnacho. Maybe you should have put it up because he saw Xerxes there. He should have tried to avoid him, but everything happens so fast. So it's just one of those. I would say, Mick, I think you analyzed the game quite well. We lack potency, we lack some strength, some power up front, clinicality, of course. I think it comes down to the system we try to play. We try to play out from the back. We do it quite well. We play out with the two and add Casemiro if needed or Onana if needed. So we get a 3 to try to build up. We put our fullbacks a little bit higher up the pitch. So we have those outs as our outs and our wingers as our outs in the build-up play. When you are doing this, the problem is we don't have anyone pushing the center backs. So they are free to move up, or the Brighton center back. They are free to move up, and then Brighton's midfielders, Milner and that Scottish guy, Gilmore, they were able to double up on our outs, Ahmad and Rashford. So it was hard for Rashford and Ahmad, especially Rashford in the first half. He received the ball a lot of the times, a little bit too low with his back against the goal, 1 alone against 2. So it was difficult for him. So this was our problem. And I think we solved it a little bit better from our goal with Ahmad and up until the 80th minutes, I would say. Because we had Xerxes up front and he connected the two center backs of Brighton. So they had to stay a little bit deeper. So we had a little bit more space in the middle. So there's a lot of things going on, but I think Ten Hag needs to really evaluate how to play this false 9, 2-10s, whatever he tries to, because I think we need a man up front to connect the two center backs.
Do you agree with that, Phil? We need I mean, this is not our style to play with a false number 9, and I think I was crying out in the first half, and same as Fulham, like put in a number 9, proper number 9. In terms of ball possession, yes, we won that ball possession with 52% versus their 48th. I think we played well. We were compact in the middle. We were compact in the back. But it's just a clinicality at the end of the day. I'm not going to panic because I see a lot of comments, Erik ten Hag out before Christmas. I can see a lot of people already jumping. I just think, no, it's too early, like second. I don't feel we deserve to lose this game, to be honest. Like, at least we could have come away with 1 point. It was just stupid mistake at the very end. Like, and who can you blame that on? Like, you can't really.
I'm still waiting to see it back because I can't. Does anybody know where Dalot was? And I'm not being funny. I'm just asking genuinely. Does anybody know where Dalot was? Because you saw Delete and Martinez look to the left as if to say who was covering left back. And who was covering left back? Where was he? Was he further out? I just don't understand why there was nobody marking. There was two men, not one, 2 men unmarked at the back post. And it just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. I don't get it. I mean, at the end of the day, 2 defensive errors again, which I can't believe we're talking about. I mean, Mazraoui, I thought he did really well. When you think how well Matoma plays, Matoma hardly had a sniff. And I put that down to Mazraoui's play. But obviously on the left, Mito, I think they're pronouncing it as, he was very fast. He had Dalot on the back foot from the start, to be fair. It was you saw it at halftime stats, 54% down that side. But ironically, it was Mitoma who whipped the ball across for Welbeck's goal. So in that one moment, but I'm just watching the goal back now. That's the
no. Mitoma was quiet, definitely, but what I think the substitutions we're seeing now. He's doing all the subs. He does all the 5 subs. Like, if you look at in the first half, like Xerxes comes in straight away. We see immediate subs, like, Rashford comes out for Garnacho. But I was just thinking Bruno Fernandes came out 79th minute, was subbed up for McTominay. What? I mean, he could have made a difference. But I understand, like, Scott McTominay offers you a little bit of a goal threat.
I think for me today, McTominay came on, and I don't think he put a foot wrong. I know people are saying, I can't believe he made that.
I agree.
I think he should have, if he was going to swap anybody, and I know I'm against a lot of people on social media saying this, Casemiro, for me, is done. He's making, some people saying he was solid in the first half and stuff, but I'm not sure what you want from that position, because Kobbie Mainoo's playing that position. We've got two playing the exact same position. I think if we're going to sub somebody at half time, Casa should have gone, because Mount was doing a lot more, winning the ball back, pressing higher, making runs into the box. Casa was doing. I just don't. I mean, yeah, Casa's Casa, and he has some good moments. And what he's doing well on the pitch is giving direction to other players, saying what you should do and calming things down and stuff like that. He's bringing that to the game, but you can see moments where his legs have gone. And he's just not quite making the right. And I've seen comments about Rashford, get him out, he's rubbish, terrible. There was a couple of moments in the game, if you just catch it, you just see Rashford like throwing his arms, not because he's a baby, but because he's making great runs and no one's seeing it. Maguire was not picking on Maguire, but there was a moment when Maguire had the ball. He could have played, the ball that we saw Yoro play in pre-season. I don't know, he's injured, but that ball straight over the top, over everybody as the last attacker makes the run, sort of thing. Rashford's making those runs. No one's seeing it. So we had control, but we didn't do anything once again with the shot. I don't remember the keeper having to make a save where we think, "Wow, that was close."
No, well, Onana
just didn't do it.
Onana had the first half was quiet. There was not hardly any shots on target on him either. But I thought I saw a ball playing Onana. He's part of that building up from the back, which was impressive. I wouldn't say that we played well, because one thing that I said in the preview to say, we need tempo in this game. We need to have pace. And that's why it felt a little bit like a funeral. Amex Stadium was quiet. You can drop a pin. It's a very unusual game to watch. But we should have actually had a little bit more pace in this game and hit him on the counter more. So the substitution for me wasn't. I mean, they were okay, but I'm just surprised that we didn't do more. I mean, of course, we had two ruled off offside goals when we went 1-1 up. Amad Diallo, brilliant. Yeah, shows you what a winger is, what he should do, be more direct. Garnacho. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, I want to ask you, because I see a lot of negative comments, in terms of how you start and line up, but ask yourself the question, is everyone ready to start? Is Xerxes ready to start full 90 minutes? Is De Ligt ready to start 1 minute? Or are we seeing just a slowly being integrated?
But we're not asking for 90 minutes, are we? We're asking, he's making subs in the 60th minute. So, I'm sorry, I'm just waiting for the Ten Hag interview tomorrow. He's making subs in the 60th minute. So, do you want to listen to the Ten Hag interview? It's live now.
Oh, no, I just see the Gundogan is sitting on the bench here for City.
Let's see what Ten Hag's got to say. One moment, sorry. I'll mute him.
Let's see what he has to say.
Live now, doing so well. And we got 2 unnecessary goals, very avoidable.
Did it feel like they were quite soft goals to concede? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, that's our feeling. And we can see 2 soft goals where we should act better as a team.
What should the players have done in those situations then? What were you looking for?
There's so many things in that moment, and we have to talk, and we have to be aligned in such moments, what to do, and that everyone knows their job, and as a team, we protect our goal.
You said you liked parts of the performance. What were they?
I think there was, very good parts in the game. We had a lot of control in possession. We created good chances. We showed resilience. We came back, and then we scored a winning goal, although we thought it was the winning goal. And then it's so bad luck that the ball was on the line. On the line, just before the line. It's touched by Sexton. So that's a pity. You have to take this. It's also a disappointment, but I can take a lot of positives from the performance.
You mentioned Xerxes there. He came on at half-time for Mason Mount. Was that an injury or a tactical decision?
It was a decision. He had some problems and he had an issue. And so we know the history of Mason. So therefore we took him out. But I think also Joshua is coming better in. We are losing the game. And I think he had a good impact in the game.
Does it feel like the biggest difference, particularly when you look at the first half between the two teams, that they started with an out-and-out number 9 and you didn't obviously bring in Joshua on at half-time?
But I don't think also before halftime we created our chances and we had our good chances. So the best chance before halftime, that was from Ahmad, and was after the cross of Diogo, and also after that Mason Mount, a very good chance. So I think we had before halftime we had 3-4, I think, good opportunities, and from there 2 very good chances, and we should go winning at halftime.
We talked earlier on about the early season optimism after your first win of the season last weekend. How much of a dent can a result like this make on the team?
We have to take the positives. That's also we have to learn, and you can't drop points. It's so unnecessary. If you protect the goal like we do, then you drop points. And top football is about details, as I say. So we have to do better in such occasions.
Can't drop points.
No, true. I mean, I agree what he's saying, because, we were defending really well the whole match, and then you just drop off in the extra time. You can't do that. That's the point. And this game could have gone either way. If we were only 2-1 up, this could have gone to a victory or 3-1 or whatever. But from there on, it just went the other way. And this is football, So my question is, what are you going to do with the selection at the end of the day? I'm just looking at, is everyone fit to play? Should this player start over that player? But at the end of the day, what we've been crying for is rotation of players. And now we're seeing that he's done all the 5 subs, first half substitution, 68 minutes, and a little bit later on. But I'm just thinking, Bruno Fernandes should have stayed on for more creativity, because that's what we were lacking right at the end of the day. Should we just go and do player ratings? So do you guys have anything more to say regarding this game?
I think just on Bruno very quickly, I think there was moments in the game where he was getting frustrated, and you could see, whereas one of Bruno's strengths is he never stops running. There was moments in the game, and obviously I don't mean he's inhumane, but I mean there was moments in the game where he was head was down and he was dropped, and he was and it was just I could see he was going to get subbed today. And normally I'm frustrated that he's been subbed, but today I was he could have gone. To me, as I say, Casa should have gone. And I love Casa, but I just think today, and even the first game, I think it probably is time that he leaves the club. And I know people are saying he's sharper and stuff than last season, and he is. But in terms of, I don't know. I'm frustrated because we're only 2 games in, so it's not like season's over.
I know.
But you want to hit the ground running. If we had Højlund fully fit, I think he would have started. I think Ten Hag would have gone with a different system. I think with Xerxes, he's a got to get in the box player, but at the moment he's not just yet showing he's going to hold the ball up, use strength, and lay the ball off, that kind of thing. You can see him trying to do that, but he's working his way into that style of play. So I think that's why I didn't start him. And obviously Mount is making some good runs, is making some great tackles. And hopefully, Ten Hag touched on it. It's nothing serious, and we can work on that. But I think Ugarte coming in this week, I wouldn't be surprised if he's ready to start against Liverpool, because we need something different.
That was my point that I want to say. If we get Ugarte in, then he definitely will play over Casemiro. You will have a proper ball winner there as well. And a valid question from Jonathan Liljeberg. Mount should have played longer than Bruno. And I don't know, Jarvis, did you feel that when Mount came off, the energy kind of dropped, because he was very, very good on off the ball and pressing and running around like a Duracell bunny, and so as soon as we took Mount off, we felt a little bit like we lost that front press.
Well, I think as soon as we took Mount out off the game, we fell back until last season's Man United. We were too direct. We didn't take down the ball, control the tempo. It was always about straightforward run into attack with as many players as possible, and we got easily defended against with that kind of attack. For me, I think we need to learn how to play with Xerxes in the right way. I think Xerxes is a great player, but you see other players don't trust him really because they don't think he can hold up the ball or do the things he can do with the ball. I think we should give him a little bit more space. I think him and Bruno was a little bit on top of each other a lot of the time. I think Xerxes is very brilliant when it comes to finding those areas of the pitch who's that's free, available. And yeah, for me, there's a lot of things to improve, especially when it comes to our tactics and lineups. And I think Ten Hag needs really to work on this, what I mentioned in the beginning, the 2 false 9 or the 2 number 10s or whatever. I think that will be a big problem. I think we will be too easy for oppositions to play against, because we lack the strength, we lack the potency up top. And also we come too deep with our wingers a lot of the time. Because the thing is, question, for example, to Phil, you know football. What's the point about playing out from the back? What's the aim?
It's about putting
we're not trying to
put the opposition into your box so that you create space behind them, isn't it? That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, if you play it well enough, you draw them towards you, and then there's a big space behind that we can break into. But in those moments when we were doing that in that game, it was too intricate. We were playing too many passes, and then they, instead of having 1 or 2 on us, had 3, 4, or 5 on us, and then we couldn't break out. And then even in the few moments we did break out, we would then, instead of playing that ball where you either switch it to the other side or play the through ball
over the top,
we were playing it back again. That's where all the congestion is. We've just got out of that and we're putting it straight back in there. So we're overplaying it. We've gone from not playing it enough at the back to overplaying it, and you could see it. We started off, we didn't look too confident with it, but you thought, oh, okay, actually, there's a couple of moments where you think, well played out, we're out, and then you go, hang on, we're back in. How did that happen? And we did it. We're putting ourselves in that danger. You can't be playing it when you've got 2 or 3 opposition players against you in your own box, playing little intricate touches around. You've just got to either hoof it out, play it long, put it down the wing, anything just to clear that danger, because that is the most dangerous position right in your own box. And we're not great at yet, but at that simple, intricate passing, we were too tight and too close today.
100%.
Do you think it's?
Hold on, I just want to respond. Brilliant, Phil. I'm glad you know how football is, and this is the problem, because the rule of thumb when it comes to football, if you play out from the back, you invite pressure and you want to exploit the space where the pressure is coming from. So let's say if the fullback is jumping up on certain cue, we have to have players to attack that space that the fullback leave behind, and we have to be able to play that pass. But we weren't today. We weren't able to set up our players in those areas. So for me, I think we need to learn how to do it. We were better when you talked about switching play, especially in the first 30 minutes of the game. We played out on one side and we switched the play to the other side and tried to attack, but we were a little bit sloppy on the pass. We didn't have the right rhythm when it comes to our attacking. So we should have put the game to bed in the first half, because we had a lot of chances. But we need to work on how to exploit the space the press leaves behind. So this is things for Ten Hag to address this week, I think.
I mean, that 3-on-2 we had where Ahmad was running through and he hit the pass short. That was clearly our best opportunity, and that was working it well. We worked it out. We played it. We played the count.
Yeah, we did.
We got
it wasn't sloppy. The pass came behind Rashford, not into the space for him to run into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Ten Hag's asking for, apart from that final pass where that had to have been a goal. Simple. There's many other Premier League teams, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, any one of them would have buried that, no doubt.
Yeah. It's like you're playing golf. You have a brilliant driver, straight down, you split in the middle, second shot, brilliant, and you shank the third shot, to the final, to the hole, right? So beautiful setup. But, I agree. But in a way, it's too early to say. I can see what we're going to do and what we want to do. But again, there was 1-2 passes too much. It was playing it safe, not to concede, playing away, Amex, keep it tight first half. But there should be a moment where I think we were the better team and we had the quality over their bench and what we had. And we should have gone for more for the kill, grab them by the throat, to be honest. I think so.
100%.
100%.
I wouldn't use golf as the analogy. I would use boxing. If let's say you're trying to play out from the back, you have your guard up. If you try to play out from the back, that's like taking your guard down, inviting the opposition to have a swing. But it's a risk reward. You have to be able to duck the hit, and then he will be open for you to counter. So this is the way we want to do it. But today we couldn't find the opening, even though we invited and took our guard down when trying to play out from the back.
Yeah, true that. To be honest, like, you know, their first goal, I didn't think, I mean, I clearly say I think we were the better team in the first half in general. Like, you know, they were looking toothless. They just got one opportunity, and that was where the guard came down from Maguire. Like, he let that slide instead of just poke it out to corner, right? Is that the Schweinsteiger on the left? Yeah, right. Yeah, it is Schweinsteiger.
Someone just said Ipswich 1, City 0.
Yeah, Ipswich just scored, people. Wow, big up.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm just watching it now. So Amad Diallo at the end of the day became good. This is what I want to see from a winger. Take on your man, take on your defender, and he did. I think Rashford still needs to find his, you know, he still needs to recalibrate. I'm not going to slag anyone here. I think like Dalot had a good game on the left. Like, you know, I think the Mazarawi was kind of conservative, but he did a good game because he didn't see.
I think it was
Mitoma.
brilliant.
Yeah, he was good defensively.
I don't think Dalot was today. I think Dalot was. I won't say he was.
Yeah, well, I want to come to that, Philly, because I think the second goal was actually on Dalot because he was caught sleeping, caught his guard off, ball watching, and again I was thinking João Pedro. What's his name? João Pedro, right?
João Pedro.
Yeah, there's two players that I was fearing, and there was João Pedro, such a brilliant player, by the way. It's too signing, and I knew that Welbeck's going to score, so that happened. That happened, yeah. So that was such an easy header for them to do. There was just like a tap in, a gimme, right? Anyway, people, just want to remind you that we are going to do the player rating. The link is in the queue in the chat there. If you see it like pinned, go and click on that and get your player ratings as well, because you can have your say in, you know, rate who the players. I don't know, man. I didn't think Onana had a bad game. I think it was good. What could have done? He couldn't have done anything on these two goals, right? Nothing. What are you supposed to do?
Maybe it was a camera angle, but I have to question. I know he's a big unit, but that first goal that played back across, it looked like it was finished in the middle of the goal. It was the angle. I've seen different angles. I still can't say. And it almost trickled in. I just think, would you not try and dive? Would you not try and stick a leg out? Or it just kind of like, you know, a double like, oh, it's gone past me. Oh, it's gone. I think I'm not blaming him because I'm just saying as a goalkeeper, you've got to do your best. And he is a big unit and he's not like, forgive me for using this word, but De Gea going down. You know, would he have stuck a leg out at that front post to try and make that block, flick that leg out quickly or something, you know, and we don't see that. I know he's a different type of goalkeeper. I'm not saying, I'm not doing the comparison, but obviously that's our last goalkeeper. So that's all I can say at this moment. But I just think, could the goalkeeper have done a little bit more? Is the goalkeeper is the furthest person back. Should he be talking more to his defense? Should he be organizing them more? Who's doing that organization? I don't know.
Oh, there's a VR check now on a penalty on Manchester City here as well, by the way. really. Okay, so I think it's time. I want to see this now. Okay, De Ligt has been introduced, getting 15 minutes, 20 minutes here and there now. I think it's time to actually see the real partnership in centre-back. Start gelling those two together. I mean, I think that Maguire has been good. He's a stopgap, but he's not your starter. I don't think he's going to be the starter. Again, what you're saying there, yeah, camera zoom in, he went like what? So you could have just, why did you let it slide? You could easily like communicate it with the goalkeeper or just put your leg out like you did against Ipswich. You stopped that ball when you were 3 versus 1. You could have done that and it would be 0-0. But it's football, people. It's football. It happened. We got 2 offside goals. Is a penalty going on? He's diving. They're going to give this pen. They're definitely going to give this pen. Are you guys watching it?
I'm muting my screen. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, he's checking the screen. Oh, Oh, it's going to be a
Let's
penalty.
just hope Manchester City loses. We have a question here from Hector Rico. Say, Jarvis, you think this performance was acceptable compared to the Fulham game? The performance was okay. I'm not complaining, but there's still early days, and for me, I think there's a lot of things we can improve. Yeah, for sure. So I'm not happy with the performance compared to the Fulham game. I would say it was. Yeah, I would say it's a little bit the same, but Brighton is a much better team than Fulham. They have a much better tactic strategy, better players, more sting when it comes to attack. So, but I think 1-1 would have been a fair result. I think we were a little bit unlucky to lose. We shouldn't have been down 1-0 after the. Oh, it's 1-1 now.
1-1. City got a penalty.
Yeah, but I would say today, what really disappointed me was some of our better players, like, for example, Martinez. I think he should have had a better game. He was really sloppy on the first goal. He lost his man, or he had two men to mark. So he chose the guy furthest ahead, but not the guy in front of him. So that was a mistake from him. He should have known better. But I would say the first goal was mostly on Maguire. You know, the cross. He should have stopped the cross first, and then the second cross or pass from Mitoma, he should also have stopped. So he looked a little bit. I don't know what happened to him. He looked like a deer in the headlights. You know, sometimes.
Yeah, true.
He needs time to think, and I think he's a little bit too slow, not only in his legs but in his head. You know, to understand and react in certain situations. So I think from now on, if Ten Hag starts Maguire against Liverpool, I think he's making a big mistake, because now it's time for De Ligt.
No, I think so, and I agree with Hector saying we also pinned them back. I mean, we did good pressing and everything, and that's why I say I felt as soon as they subbed out Mason Mount, we lost that energy for some reason. When we took out Bruno Fernandes, we lost that creativity. I got that we put in Scott McTominay just because it's going to score a goal or two, but at the end of the day, guys, I was never feeling angry. I was never feeling anxious or anything. I think, geez, we should have been 2-1 up. Like, Rashford's goal. Offside. There was. If we had been 2-1 up there, we would have won this game. But it is what it is. I think 1 point would have been doing it. But I just being realist to say, look, I'm not gonna, shout anything here. I'm just gonna say, well, I understand it's the
City 2-1.
City 2-1, yeah. So I'm just gonna say, like, this is not the final team that we're going to play for the rest of the Premier League season. No way. Yeah, Mazraoui. Yes, it's 2-1 City. Of course. Yep. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm going to add this to the stage. Let's do the player rating, guys, because I think a lot of people want to watch the City game more. I'm not really caring. I'm not really bothering about City anyway. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about Andre Onana today? I thought he was good today in terms of the way he was playing from the back as well,
For me, some of the best passes in the first half came from Onana.
Yeah.
He played some really good balls straight down the wing, over the left, and one to, and over the right as well, sort of thing. I think he had his positional play was a lot better. He made a solid punch in the box. I thought he had quite a good game, as I say, apart from, could he, and you can't really hear it, so you don't know who's managing that back line. Who is it who's screaming at the defence? I know that the defence supposed to organise themselves, communicate to each other and stuff like that, but nobody knew who had that. I'd love to know what happened in that situation. I will have to watch it back. 3-1 City, oh my word. Turn it off. Sorry. So Onana, at the end of the day, I think he did okay, but he didn't have much to do in terms of saves or goalkeeping, if you like. What he did well, apart from, as I say, could he have done a bit more for that one that was whipped back across? I don't know. Stick a foot out, stick a leg out, or something. He's very, very much of a hands goalkeeper as opposed to his
3-1 now, guys. 3-1.
Yeah. Haaland again.
Demolition.
Oh dear.
Haaland again, yeah. Okay, so
captain on the fantasy team, so I'm okay with
that. He's not my fantasy team. I'm gonna have to change it.
If we started well and then they got a penalty and now they're crumbling. Kieran McKenna fixed them. Okay, what do you reckon? What we should give one?
I give him a 6.
6
Yeah,
or
I'd
7.
agree.
6. Okay, guys, we pulled the trigger on 6. Let me see what you guys are saying. 4.6 people are not agreeing. They say 4.6.
Okay.
I think
okay.
because of the lost people are a little bit negative, I guess. Diego Dalo, I said, what should we do?
6 for me. I don't think he had a great game. I think he had an okay game. I don't think he had a great game. I think he was caught out of position. I think he was a bit too high against Mito several times, and he kept running around. He I won't say he had it in his pocket, but he was doing quite well.
Yeah. Again, we have such a brilliant people in the community who understands football as well. And Trevor Wade is saying what you guys are saying, and yet, today again the midfield was all over the place. Casemiro's legs are completely gone. He is a liability, and there we cannot carrying on players, which is what's happening. So that's why we need the signing of Ugarte ASAP over the line. I think so. Okay. All right. So 6 for Diego Dalo.
Yeah,
I will give him a little bit. I think it was okay going forward. He had that brilliant. He had it to himself and ran in and had a brilliant cross with his left foot. So we know that actually now I made a mark that the Dalo is actually 2-footed. He can actually use his left foot even though he plays he's a right footer. So I think all in all I would give him maybe up to a 7, 6.5 for me.
6. I don't have 6.5, but okay, I go with you, Jarvis. You were the last one to say, but at the end of the day, it's what you guys are voting. 7 from us, 5.5 according to you. Yeah. Licha Martinez, again, always solid for me, but I think he also was. There's nothing he could have done.
Poorest I've seen in him in a long time. He was really poor positionally. He was a little bit sloppy. I think he wasn't accurate on his long passes as he usually are, playing out from the back. On the first goal, he should have done better. He made the wrong choice, and he wasn't leading us in a way that we need in the dying minutes of the game. So for me, I think I give him a 6.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I think a 6 for me as well, at best sort of thing. So I don't think he was worse than Dalo. I think they both had mistakes. I think they're both 6s.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we conceded 2 goals and they're both defensive errors. So they're not going to get high scores from me today, the defenders.
Yeah. Okay, a 6. Oh, shit. Today's score is a 6, yeah. Harry Maguire.
Yes.
Okay,
people
game,
get
but
to vote in on Maguire. I want to hear your opinion because for me, I think he wasn't good enough. Again, you see he's too slow in his legs and his head, his positional play. Today, he looked a little bit off, or not just a little bit, way off. So I think he cost us the first goal. And even though we tried to play out the 2-4 play out from the back, I think every else of the defender are competent on the ball. Both Dalo, Masraoui, and Licha. But when it comes to Maguire, he fumbles with the ball. He takes too long. So he ruins our build-up play in a lot of ways. So the first 30 minutes where we were good, I think Maguire was bad. So today I give him a 3.
I've got something for you, Jarvis. If you not now, but after before the next game, whatever, look at Maguire's number of touches for number of minutes for last season. And on average, I think it was an extra 30 touches, something like that. Compared to other defenders for the same amount of minutes. And that's not because he's playing a lot more on the ball. It's because he isn't as sharp on the ball. He's not got a quick bang pass, vision. It takes, you're right, he's a big unit. I mean, his best attribute is his headers, and we saw that again today. A big header straight out the box. We know, slab head and whatever else, but they weren't putting major high crosses into the ball in the box. They played it away from that style to stop that happening. So fair play to them. Maybe that was their gameplay. Don't put high crosses in. We've got looked at the height that we've got in there, and it just didn't happen. They put low crosses in, and the versatility between Onana and Maguire isn't great. So yeah,
I agree. But James Hector is saying James Miller goes to past Maguire. get this guy out of my club. You know, when a 39-year-old James Milner is doing that, like, you know, and if he kills it 2024, he should have been an instant substitute. But I agree with you, what Jarvis is saying, what you're all saying, like, you know, if you're gonna play out from the back, you know, you cannot be the party pooper, right? You can see like the hesitation, the slowing down, and I don't know what you're gonna do. So there's always the hot potato factor with me. So I do understand why he's been starting. We want to simply get De Ligt out who match fitness, and I would love to see him start De Ligt now. I want to see us play the right people. I want to see us first team started to shape. I understand that we're not ready yet, and that's why we're playing the false number 9 and all that stuff and 2 10s, but this is not the way we're going to play, guys, right?
Yeah, the thing is, when you think about the way we want to play, Ten Hag has said himself, we want to dominate. We want to dominate opposition. We didn't see much domination today. We were as dominant as a fish out on land, to be fair. You know,
fair, we won the ball back high up in the pitch. We were kind of trying to bully them, pressing them high, but it wasn't good enough, I would say. It's not a finished formula as of yet.
Yeah, we're not sharp enough. And as we mentioned in the beginning, the build-up play is too intricate. We can't find the weaknesses in the opposition team. And when we try to attack and we establish our attack, we're not clinical enough. We're not precise enough. And in the second half, especially the last part of the second half, we open up the game and it's back and forward again, as we saw last season. So we go back to default mode. So I think Ten Hag, when he talks about the domination, I think that's delusional. I think we need to get the basics right first.
Yeah. Okay. He spoke about also in the presser afterwards about, you know, 2 sloppy goals, like, you know, defensive mistakes, and that cannot happen. You cannot just let your guard down. Like, and if you're gonna go 12 rounds in boxing, you got to keep your guard up, people. So you guys saying 4, 5? I see a lot of people say 4 and 5.
4.
I need to be 4, 5.
Yeah, 3 from me, 4 from Phil.
Okay, 4 for me as well. Then boom. Sorry, Harry. And today's score is 5.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I thought. Mazarawi, on the other hand, like, you know, still keep impressing, like, you know, I still want to see him go more forward, though, but he's done a great job defensively, and the way he finds, you know, different angles and passes and stuff like that. I thought he was, if you give 6 to the other fullbacks in defense, I thought he was a 7. I think he was a 7, or potentially one of the man
I think if you'd have started with him, you probably started saying it was a 6 because he didn't do that much, but he did keep, you know, Matoma quiet, apart from that one cross which came from that side behind him. But he did do things well. He didn't play as well as he did with the freedom in the first game. But at the end of the day, he was definitely one of our better defenders today.
I think it was quite good, actually. For me, I think it's almost an 8, but at least a 7. I think he had good control on Mitoma, as you mentioned, but also the way he finds spaces. I think he needs to link up better with Ahmad. They look a little bit off when they play together. But he also had the assist to Ahmad on Ahmad's goal, so you can't. It's not too bad, you know, fullback with an assist. So I think I will give him a 7.
Yeah, and by the way, Spurs are up 2-0 against Everton now, live as well. So Everton relegation. So okay, I agree with you, 7. I definitely give 7.5. Yeah, and let's see, he looks like a decent signing, and he's very important for us. 7 for us, 6.8. What you guys are saying, so very close. We're going to talk about Casemiro. On and off last game against Fulham, opening game, he was good. Today, okay, 5 for me.
5 for me. Honestly, I just can't see it at the moment. I don't know what other people are seeing, and maybe I'm just not seeing it. But for me, he didn't do anything that either was great, you know, great defending throughout or great attacking throughout. He was just kind of, he did things okay. You know, he was quick 1-2s at the back and stuff, but I don't know how he got so.
I don't know. There was a moment he took a shot 50 yards out of the box, like, you know, what he doing?
Yeah, when we had 3 players in the box as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem with that. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you agree, Jarvis?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's a little bit all over the place. I think he's trying too much. I think he wants to establish himself. He wants to what do you call, avenge himself after last season. But I think he's lost it. He's not quick enough in his legs, and yeah, he need to calm down a little bit. He slides all over the place. It's almost like you see him coming sliding. You know, you expect another yellow card again and again and again. But I don't know.
He wasn't bad. He was okay. I would say he's
Yeah.
okay. But you see his deficiencies not there, right, for the team.
Can't fault his effort. No.
100% no. Okay, I pulled the trigger on 5. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see 5 as well. You guys are also saying 5. Kobe Main, okay. And this is why it's so important that we need a Nogati in there. There would be the liberator of Kobe Maynard. Like, Kobe he was good, but was it his best game today? I would say was 6 for me. 6.
6, I agree. I think he was okay. I think they targeted him quite well. They know what he can and can't do off the ball. There was a couple of moments where he would normally, he did play some good, he used his body quite well, played the ball off from quick 1-2s, had some strength, but there's also a couple of moments where he just looked a bit like hard done by sort of thing, a couple of tackles that wasn't really a super hard tackle. He wanted, little free kicks for this and that, and normally be straight up winning it back. And there was a couple of moments where he did get tackled and then he'd go and win it back and stuff, but there was a couple as well where he got tackled and then he look as if to say, oh, I can't believe that happened, and he's just a little bit off at the moment. I think everyone was very excited by what's going on behind the scenes with all the incomings and stuff. And I think with it not going quite as smooth as everyone would hope, I think it's just kind of dropping heads a little bit. And I think it's one of those. But to me, he's not been the same since his poor performance for England in the Euros final.
No, but that's why I'm saying they're just coming back. They're still on pre-season. They're getting into form. I mean, before Statman Dave's stats came up, I was also thinking about that. Like, his interceptions was brilliant, the way he won the ball back and stuff, took a yellow for the team and everything. So, but still, I don't think we are a finished article as of yet. So therefore, I'm not going to be here and being disappointed because I see football the way I see it, and I'm not going to be reactionary on it. So, Kobe Mano at the end of the day, number 6, give him a 6, okay, 5.3. Mason Mount, as I said, like, Tenag spoke, they took him off a little bit, not an injury, but more of a precaution. I don't know. But I thought that, his energy first half and second was there. The way he was chasing, hounding the ball, pressing. I would say 6 for me, man. But when we took him off, we lost that energy. Like,
I see Neil Driscoll saying 2, but I'm not, unless it was a mistype. I don't know. I don't understand what Mount did wrong, really.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Mount's, he was chasing the ball down. I don't remember him giving it away. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. But for me, it was a 7. I think he was playing well. I was surprised when he got took off. He was chasing the ball. He was winning it back. He was winning it high. And I think that's what actually helped Bruno in the first half, because Bruno was making runs, but so was Mount. But when Mount had come off, Bruno was trying to get from there to there to there, whereas before he'd had that support from the others around him, and it just petered off once he went. So I think he did quite well.
Yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, like, we're just debating. We see football from different angles. At the end of the day, you put your anger and energy into the voting. So whatever you say, it's your truth. So I see some people saying 7, Mount 7. Some people saying 2, 3 here in the chat. I said also, like, I didn't see him put a foot right. His work ethic off the ball was amazing. Like, it was really good. The energy, the pressing. So. Yeah, if I don't have a 6.5, but okay. Nobody deserves a 6.
Can I just comment on Hector's comment? I understand what you're saying. Nobody deserved more than a 6, but I think somebody did deserve a 6, and I think some were better than those who got a 6. And I think that's the thing. So that's my explanation behind that. And, unless you give others a lower, those who got a 6 got a 5 sort of thing. But apart from that. That's my reason.
It's fair enough, but for me, I think Mason Mount, he needs to be a little bit higher up the pitch. He needs to be aware of his his role, because if he
Yeah.
drops a little bit too close to Bruno, we lack the it's too easy for the opposition center backs.
Okay.
Then
Can I have your voice, please,
they can just jump forward whenever needed, you know, so we can't overload the central areas of the pitch. But if you look at this, I just want to show you something from the game. This is our average. You see there in orange, you see our average positions during the game, and you see number 7 Mason Mount is our furthest player ahead there. You see him as number 7, so it wasn't too bad, but he needs to be even more up front. It takes on too much responsibility with this off the ball movement to try to open up space for the others, but they don't exploit it as good as we maybe should
Is
have
that
done.
against Fulham?
Oh, is it against Fulham? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I just
Okay.
spotted it.
I think the fan base is way too overreactionary right now. Like, I just calm down, take a chill pill. Like, it's second game in, like, you know, of course I hate to lose as well, but I don't feel it. Because, as you said, I would like to see him, like, you know, bring in his best team very, very soon. Like, and I see that this is not the team that's going to start remaining of the Premier League season, you know. That's what I'm saying. So for you to say Ten Hag out, it's too early. Come on, man. Like, let's
Absolutely.
absolutely. Like, you know,
Pre-season
and I see the same shit as last season. No, it's not the same shit as last season, because the way we're now pressing, like, with 4 players on front, like, you know, the way we're playing out from the back, you can see that it's starting to gel in shape, but it's not coming off as of yet. That's what I'm trying to say.
Pre-season, before Højlund got injured, we were playing this style of football, but we had that person who was making the runs into the box. And I just think, you know, as has been said several times today already, he's got to start with a centre forward player, because we've not got that at the moment. Barca played one without a striker, but that's Barca, and all the players are ballers sort of thing when they were playing like that with Messi and you know, Xavi and everybody else. Not Xavi,
but
you know
lost
what I mean?
points is lost points, guys. It is lost points, and this is what hurts. Like, you know, we could have easily gone out with 1 point at least. We can won this game, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. But there is still a lot of games to be played as well. So I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic.
Here you see Phil, the average position, and you see Ahmad is a little bit further ahead than Mason Mount with the number 7. So it's a little bit too much centrally. Do you read anything else from this, Phil?
I think, you know, I mean, I agree. Ahmad, you know, in quite a bit. Is this 45 minutes or is this the whole game?
It's the whole game.
Because that's interesting. So that's showing straight away that even though Mount came off at half time, he was still one of our highest. That was his highest, you know, the highest position on average over a 45-minute thing. So that says a lot in itself to me. I think he was playing well. Now, Ten Hag said in his presser just afterwards, then, that we were listening to, that Mount had a bit of a knock or a niggle or something. That he didn't quite define what the reason was he took him off. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in the press over that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not high enough up the pitch to show our average. This is exactly what I was saying at the start of the show. We did have good control, but we didn't do anything with it. So yeah, but I don't think Mount's to me for his first half. Thought it was a 7. I don't think he did anything.
I agree. I put a 7. We got to move on as well. So you guys are saying 5. This is when I see we've been doing this quite a while. As soon as we lose, the scores are very low. So it's very reactionary instead of thinking more logically. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I want to address something as well, because there's a lot of you guys been talking about. I don't know if you noticed. I mean, the distance between Brighton's attack and defense was very tight and narrow. They didn't allow a lot of space for us to find the through ball or anything. They were very compact, Jarvis, if you saw that. The midfield, from the midfield to the attack for the defense, that was very, very tight. So we tried, but we didn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, Amad Diallo, I think, shows us again, like, you know, what Amad can do, and he's miles ahead of Anthony Dos Santos at the moment.
As you
Agreed.
mentioned, Mick, it is Fabio Hürschler, the young manager of Brighton. We knew this after analyzing his last year in the Bundesliga, the second Bundesliga with St. Pauli. He always was really compact centrally, and he isolated his wingers again 1-against-1, and actually his output in play is from his wingers. So we saw that today. Yeah, it was nothing new, and I think Ten Hag should have prepared more for this, because we saw we couldn't play much through the central areas because it was too tight, too many people, too many bodies. So yeah, but Amad Diallo today, I think he was really up and down, because his positional play sometimes is really naive. You know, he doesn't read the game good enough. He more like places himself just in front of the ball, trying to receive it, but he doesn't move as good as I would like him to. So he has a lot to learn, but I think it comes down to experience, because okay, he's 21 or 22, should learn the game by now, but sorry, my phone is ringing. He should learn the game by now, but he just need a little bit more game time, and I think it will come, because he shows in bits and pieces that is brilliant.
I mean, it comes down to match sharpness. Nobody's in match sharpness. Like, he missed that sitter that should have been. What a beautiful crossing from Dalot, and he could. There was a sitter that he missed, but that's just match fitness. Like, same with Rashford, he needs to calibrate. Nobody's found that.
Højlund finishes that.
Yeah, Højlund would have finished that.
Yeah. I think for me, Amad, I was calling for him to be took off before he got his goal, and even after he got his goal, I wasn't disappointed, because he wasn't. Clearly, obviously, there's a lot going on off the pitch over the last 24 hours, and there's no way you can be 100% focused on a match, no matter how professional you are. And I just think perhaps it should have started with Garnacho today. I think Amad did okay, but he didn't do great. I think Brighton were very well set up. I think we're not giving them enough credit to, because we're Man United and we think we just got this sort of, it's only Brighton. Brighton are a good side, and it was always going to be a tough game. But I just think we made it harder for ourselves than we needed to. I felt that the ball was played so slow in the first half. Yeah, we had the ball, but it was slow passes. And Brighton were happy for us just to do that, just pass it around. Yeah, we had control, but they weren't bothered, because we weren't doing causing any problems with that control. But for Amad, I didn't think there was a couple of moments where you think he was in good positions, but actually he was caught offside in 2 or 3 where he definitely should not have been, and we would have been forward 3-on-1 sort of thing, or 3-on-2, especially that one at the very end, or towards the end before he came off. Where he was just he ran past the halfway line, and there was, I think it was Rashford on the left, I think it was, or maybe Garnacho. And we definitely had that chance to get through 3-on-1, and he was well offside, and it's like, come on. It's not acceptable, things like that from a professional player. When you can see straight down the line, you're on the wing, there's no excuse. You're right on the halfway line. Just wait that half a second longer, and you're through. But so to me, I don't
think this false number 9 works, to be honest. Like, we're not used to playing this style either. Like, we certainly miss Højlund or Xerxes is just finding his feet, to be honest, as well. So in terms of in-game management, in terms of substitution, he did the right thing. He took off the right players. I would say that, he subbed off Rashford and took in Garnacho instead. I was like, wow. Last year, he wouldn't do that, to be honest. So, and kept Amad on. And then at the very end, he took out Amad for putting Anthony Dos Santos. Anyway, so 6, what you guys are saying then?
Yeah, I don't think it's more than a 6 for me.
Yeah, okay, fair play, guys. 6. And today's score is 6 as well. Yeah, what you guys saying? Bruno Fernandes, so game. Still a little bit rusty. Still, Captain Bruno, always put in a 6 out of 6, according to my opinion.
5. I don't think he did anything today, really. I mean, all right. I still maybe a 6. I don't bet. Nah, I think it's a 5, to be honest. He was no better than Casa.
Okay.
He was no worse. But I think he was. I mean, I know you said we disagree, Jarvis, on the cross. I think he was aiming for Garnacho at the back post. But either way, he was in the position and he was putting a ball across, which essentially we scored from. But he didn't get himself about like he does normally, and spread the play and control the play. And I just thought we were just a bit too lackluster on the ball today, and he was not exempt from that.
We got a super chat that I'm going to cover a bit later on when we come to Ten Hag as well. So, okay, what are you guys saying? Should we give Bruno 5 or 6, or is it too harsh to give him a 5? You know,
I think if he got the assist, which wasn't his fault, it should be a 6, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 5. Yeah, 5.3. Rashford, I don't know. Huffed and puffed, but didn't produce any end service. There was this goal that he was onside, and he hit his heel and went over the goalkeeper. I was like, yes, get in, but no, it was offside. So,
and he was actually offside twice in that build-up as well.
Yeah, twice.
I think he's trying. He's tracking back a lot more than he was doing last season, which all the fans are complaining about. But for me, for someone who, I know everyone talks about 300k a week and stuff, but at the end of the day, that's his wage, that's what he's on. But
you do expect more.
I think he's trying. He's putting more in. Last season that would have been a 4 because he didn't really do much going forward, but he did a bit going back. So for me, a 5.
Yeah.
To be fair to Rashford, the thing is, as I said, Phil, they always doubled up on Rashford because they had one man extra because they were able to push the centre backs up into the midfield, and Milner and Gilmore were able to double up with the fullback on Rashford all the time. And I think Rashford really struggled because there was really tight areas. He tried, I think he had 3-4 dribbles, and they only had one successful dribble during the game. And he's not good with his back against the goal. And we set him up with the back against the goal all the time. So how can we expect Rashford to come good in under those environments? I must say. So in a way, we can't blame Rashford too much. It wasn't his best game, but I will give him for the effort. And I think we need to find another way to get the best attributes of Rashford. That's running in behind. So for me, I'll give him a 5 today.
Yeah, I agree. I just have my piece. I also agree on the 5, but for me, I still like when Garnacho comes up because he provides you width, right? He provides you the width, and he also provides you to take on the defender. Same what you get on the balance on the right-hand side with Ahmad is. But Rashford is not providing that width, to be honest. And it's the same old take on 3 defenders and running to the wall, So I just, or just go backwards. I don't like that, So just be direct. The Rashford has it, but he doesn't do that. He's more cutting in like an inverted number 9 or whatever. What he's an inverted winger.
Yeah, but what we are saying, Mick, what I'm saying actually is that Rashford, he doesn't suit our style. It doesn't suit our system. That's why I've been advocating for us to sell Rashford for a long time, because I don't think he fits what Ten Hag is trying to do.
Oh, true. 4. Okay, I put 4.
4 or 5. That's okay.
3.3. Move on. Xerxes came in. Unfortunately, he stood away from the goal. That ball would have gone in. That ball would have gone in if it wasn't for Xerxes' knee. Either way, right? If you look at it. I mean, came in a little bit. 5. Average. Didn't do much.
I don't think he deserves less than that because he was trying. He put in a couple of good tackles. He put in a good tackle in our own box where he won the ball back, lost it a split second later, but then won it back again. So he's trying. He looks like he's not quite sure of the style of play yet. He's making runs, but he doesn't seem to be quite sure where to run. And I think, go on.
Yeah. So you think? I don't know. I'm just saying. I was watching this behind, and it looks like he was sliding, and for some reason he caught his heels and got up like that. Otherwise, if it would have stayed down, the ball would have gone in.
I just think he tries to avoid the ball. He tries to stop, not to be in the way, but it's too late.
Too late. Yeah. Anyway, I would be generous today. I mean, it's. I want to give him a 5 at least. What you guys are saying?
I don't think it's more than a 5.
Okay, 5.
I don't think he didn't. If you know, when you think when we brought Højlund on in that first game against Arsenal, he changed the game. Xerxes didn't do that today.
Alejandro Garnacho coming back from Copa America and stuff like this, too early to start giving him starts. I understand what he's doing, but I think he should be starting games. I think Garnacho, the winger should be Garnacho and Ahmad, and in the middle is Xerxes, you know, or Højlund, right? So
6 for me for Garnacho. I think he did more than the others. He should have had his goal. It's not his fault.
No,
and he is actually better from the right. So we are. It's that same old problem of we're heavily loaded on the right wing and not greatly loaded on the left. Garnacho can play on the left, but he is better on the right. I personally feel. And you know, Sancho isn't even in the squad, but when you look, you've got Anthony, Sancho, Garnacho, and Ahmad, whose strongest position is the right wing. He's trying to play on the left, and he got his goal. He did okay, but he's not lower. He's not lower than a 6. I don't think.
6, Jarvis. We move on.
Yeah, 6 or 5. You know, it was a very short cameo. We came on in the 65, so we played 30 minutes with injury time.
Matthias de Ligt came in again, 15 minutes cameo. Matthias, I cannot say it. Matthias, Matt on ice. I have to remind myself. Matt on ice. Matthias. 5, 6.
Yeah, didn't see much of him.
He made that one clearance where it came across the box, which is exactly what Harry didn't do in the first half. But I think we were under that much pressure by the time he came on. I don't think there was much he could do. The only thing I would say is I actually thought he played Brighton on side for the second goal. If you watch it back, if he's another step forward. Now I saw a stat in the week about something about De Ligt's never had one fault in his career which has led to a goal. But to me, what he classing as a fault, I think he was slightly playing them onside, I think. So
okay.
Look at this. This is interesting because you know we only played like 15 minutes, but he had 11 minutes played plus injury time. He had 9 out of 9 passes, so 100% pass accuracy. His accurate long balls was 1 out of 100%. Let's see here. He had 1 block, 2 clearances, 1 header cleared, 4 defensive actions, 1 recovery. 1 out of 1 aerial duels, 100%. So it doesn't look like he put the foot wrong on the 10 minutes he played. By the way, so I think
from a position perspective in that goal, when you watch it back. But I agree. I'd still rather see him start over Harry next week.
100%. There's a quote from Andrew Nana, according to Rashmano. I know the fans in the club and my teammates are disappointed. That's normal. And me as well. You know, in the end of the day, we're here to win, but we give everything. Yeah, it is what it is. Matthias de Ligt. Okay, I'll give him a 6 then. Okay, Jarvis? Matthias.
Yeah, I give him a 6.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I keep saying Matthias. Okay, 6.
Can I just ask a question on delay before you move on quickly? Obviously, he's only had probably in total about 20 minutes, something like that. Do you feel that he's a bit close to giving a penalty away in the way he's like shoving around in the box a little bit?
Yeah.
He's very aggressive. I like aggressive defenders. He's on the edge,
exactly on the edge.
Yeah, but I think in the Premier League, especially when he plays for United, he will give away a couple of penalties this season. I think you're right.
Let's see.
Sure.
Hopefully I'm wrong.
Okay. Move on. Scott McTominay, I want to finish off this. Scott McTominay, 5. I give everyone a 5 here. There was a sub.
I think McTominay was a 6 for me. I don't think he did anything wrong when he came on. I think he got involved with the play. He made some good touches. His first touch was a turn where he lost his attacker.
Okay,
broke out a couple of balls out to the side, making a mistake. Right.
This is the subs now, so we're putting a 6. People saying 3.5. They don't agree. Anthony Dos Santos came in very little. I didn't see much of him. I don't know what's
put there. On the pitch to judge, really.
Yeah. 4. He didn't do anything.
2 touches, didn't he? 2 touches, something like that.
2.8. Now, when it comes to Erik ten Hag, and that comes down to the super chat from Stratford Gamer. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Same thing as last season. Give him time. What you say? It's not the same thing. I see total difference. I totally agree with you. So, time, you have the right background stuff. You have Rennie Hake, you have Henke, whatever Hake, what's it called, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, and you can see that we're not really at the races as of yet, and this is not going to be, as I said, the first team that started. So Ten Hag did all the substitutions. He did early subs that he didn't do last season. You know, he took on Xerxes instantly first half. You know, he wouldn't done that last season. So he's doing the subs, right? But the work ethic needs to be there. Like he said it himself in the interview as well. Like, you know, we conceded 2 ridiculous, easily goals. Otherwise, I think we were in control most of the time, you know.
We were in control, but we weren't creating scoring opportunities.
Chances.
Although we did, that's not true. We did, and as I say, you know, when you look at it and you analyze it and you start to take back the moments where we got caught offside, which was not through good play from Brighton, it was from poor play from United. Had we gone through on those 3-on-1, 3-on-2, on those 2 or 3 occasions, you could say we're playing it quite well. And I'm just trying to put a bit of optimism on this after, you know, almost an hour after the game's finished, sort of thing. But his subs, I don't, as I say, for me, unless there was an issue with Mount, which we don't know about yet, I don't think he should have come off. So that was poor. I think Garnacho should have started for me. And we don't know about the fitness of Xerxes, so we can't really comment too much. For me, Casa may have played his last for United. Depends on what happens with Ugarte.
We see. Yeah, well, Ugarte comes in.
So I think XG 5.
Yeah. Our XG today was just 1.41 or something, so it wasn't that great either. We had the right pass accuracy as well.
Here you see it's 2.12 for Brighton and 141 for us. But if you see the momentum of the game, you see we have the momentum up until they score, and then they have the momentum up until we score. And then we start attacking a little bit again, but we loses it. And the game opens up at the end with a little bit back and forward. Okay. So I think it was, and you see the possession is 48-52. We have a little bit more possession, but we must be better on the ball. When you see on the passing accuracy of our players, most of them are around 75%. So we need to up that and be more precise. But, you know, I'm not too worried because it's early in the season. We just need a little bit more time to come into the rhythm. So I think we can improve and will improve.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm not going to be too generous. I'm not going to be too harsh. I'm going to give Ten Hag a 6.
Okay.
You? I mean, I think at the end of the day, he should have started not with the number 9. He started pretty much the same team, and there's always a mistake with Maguire.
Well, it's not Ten Hag's fault that we make defensive errors. That's not on Ten Hag.
No, of course not.
What is on Ten Hag is playing with the double 9 or the double 10 or whatever we try to do. Maybe he needs to scrap that, but I think he believed that this was a similar game to, for example, Manchester City, the FA Cup final, that they were trying to be more dominant in possession. Maybe his plan was to be compact in the central areas and just sit back and fly on the counter or transition, but you know, the game didn't go that way. So it's very hard, you know, trying to predict what's going to happen, but you need to react faster. Although he subbed Xerxes on from the second half. So I think he reacted in a way because he saw that we had problems up top. We need someone to hold up the center backs of Brighton. Yeah. So I'm not too critical to Ten Hag on this game, but the 6 is okay for me.
Yeah, 6 is okay. I would like to give him a 7, but I think he should never. 5. Yeah, no, okay. I give him 6, but I think that he should never have taken on Bruno Fernandes. We lost the creativity in the final third there as well. So yeah, I put 6 on Ten Hag, and that's generous though in a way. 3, what people are saying, but this is typically what we see. This is the scores where you see when we lose. But I want to sort of. I don't like to do man of the match when we lose, but we have to, you know, kind of because that's the purpose of this show. Who do you think was the man of the match was the best player in United today?
Mount, for me.
Mount.
I'm trying to think. Maybe Mazraoui.
Yeah, for me it was Mazraoui or Ahmad because of the goal.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Okay, I put a star on Mazraoui. Yeah, he was a 7. I put a star, and I will submit this one, guys. So let's see what the man of the match will be. Let me just do submit and see. Man of the match is, oh, it was actually Kobe Mainoo. Some people voting.
It was good.
Yeah, 17.2. So we got this one wrong, guys. Yeah. Anyway, what's going on in the Premier League now? Let's see the scores. Halftime, Spurs are up against Everton 2-0. Crystal Palace 0-0. Southampton, Nottingham Forest 0-0. Fulham is 1-1 up with Leicester. Yeah, and City.
Phase.
Yeah, and City 3-1 still. Later, Arsenal is playing Aston Villa. It's going to be a good game. Arsenal Villa.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I have nothing more to say, guys. I'm just feeling a little bit, I don't know, meh. You know what? Meh. Lukewarm.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah. I wish we could have won, but we didn't. And I wish we could have come by 1 point, but we didn't. We lost, and that's it. See you till next time, man. Phil, it's been a hot minute, my friend. Good to see you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us back. It's good to have us 3 back. We've not seen us 3 for a while on a panel. So
the amigos. Nice. Yeah, true.
I love it. It's lovely. I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right, Jarvis, what's the plan for the? Are you going to watch more football or play some golf?
It's raining outside. I'm thinking of going to the golf range and just hit some balls, But
I'm going to head off now, guys. Okay. Take care, guys.
Okay.
See you later.
Cheers,
Thank
Phil.
you.
See you later.
Yeah, we're going to end up the stream here. Bye. So, yeah, and there he goes. Anyway, Jarvis. So, anyway, your final thoughts before we close the shop. 1 hour and 16 minutes.
It will be a long week, losing. I think the Ten Hag knives will come out again. We will see a lot of critique, fairly or unfairly, but there will be a lot of critique. We have to win against Liverpool now. If we lose against Liverpool, and then we have the international break, it will be a tough couple of weeks ahead. So for me, I think we just need to get back on the horse. The winning ways, win against Liverpool and fight back. There's no way around it. And this is the exam for Ten Hag, because it will be a very difficult, time forward if we lose against Liverpool. So now we just have to
Liverpool 1st of September, Liverpool, and then it's an international break. I'm just baffled that. Why international break? We're just starting the Premier League season.
Yeah, I hate international break.
Bullshit.
We just had the Euros. That's okay, but friendlies, meh.
Yeah. Listen, Liverpool at home, Old Trafford. I think we'll beat them 100%. I'm confident. I will. You got to believe. Let's just Amex Stadium, Brighton, midday game. We always said we will never. Shit happens, right? What's going on here? You're hitting balls, Jarvis.
Yeah. But Trevor says my handicap started of the year with 36 and now it's 52. No, it's not.
Anyway, great to have a good conversation with you, Kat. Trying to be balanced and level. I'm not reactionary over it's just I'm gonna go and take Cookie out, my dog out for a walk and think about the game. And of course it's not easy to.
And if people want to see reactionary stuff, you can tune in later on Nuruddin's channel. I will be there on the panel with Nuruddin and the other pundits. Tom will probably be there, and there will be a little bit more, I would say, direct talk.
Okay. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're signing out, Jarvis, today. And whatever you do, to lick your wounds, do it. I certainly go for a dog walk and potentially have a beer. We see. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, Jarvis. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday as well. And we should see you potentially tomorrow.
Yep.
Right? And Jarvis's Corner Monday.
We will.
Okay. See you later, people. Bye.
Bye.